Make it so. Make it so. Hi!
Hello!
Buckle up, everyone. We're ready to go to warp speed tonight. Did anything exciting happen in Star Trek?
No, I think it's been a bit of a boring week, hasn't it?
No.
I haven't had anything.
No. Good evening, Gary. Hi. Oh, we should just tweet out the credits to that song. That was the Picard song. If you haven't heard it before, you know, where have you been? So quick, watch the YouTube video. Watch the YouTube video. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's good fun, that one. So, hi everyone. Hi Richard. Who we got joining us tonight? Like we say, we're about to go to warp drive every week. Like when we first started Trekkie Girls back in 1952.
Oh yeah.
We kind of found that we were just talking about all sorts of random things, weren't we?
God, yeah.
Mostly based on nostalgia, which, surprise, we'll be doing that again tonight. Yeah. But we were just talking about the past and, you know, trying to think about what to talk about. It was never hard, was it? We never struggled to think what to talk about in Star Trek. But now we're struggling to talk about it in half an hour.
To narrow it down. Like, we could probably do a whole week-long segment on what we just saw.
We're actually wondering if we've got enough time because, you know, Sarah's been watching Deep Space Nine and every week for the past month we've been putting off our Deep Space Nine update because there's something new to talk about. So if you're new to the planet Earth, there's been some Star Trek Universe updates. And how cool is this Star Trek Universe title?
Oh my god, I love it.
I'm going to be there and live there.
You do live there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes I have to come back to Earth, it's horrible.
Oh, stay in your bubble.
And so we hi Rebecca. So yeah, there's last weekend at San Diego Comic-Con, a whole flurry of news came out. And we thought today we had the news about Discovery Season 3. We had some news stories about the Star Trek shorts.
Star Trek Lower Decks, like the first images of that.
And the Star Trek official podcast, which sounds really exciting. Excited to hear about that. And just a little bit of news about the Star Trek Picard series.
Just a little trailer, teaser trailer, nothing much.
Let's hear what you all thought about that. I'd love to know what you all thought about that. We haven't seen each other. We obviously were texting each other before, during, and after.
Yeah.
Providing emotional support. So how did you react when you saw it?
Well, emotionally. I was emotionally compromised. So excited. Like, I think the phrase fan service, like all the little nods to old Trekkies. Yeah. There's a lot of that in just the minute or so of trailer we got. It was just amazing how excited it's like. The feels. Yeah.
And as a new Trekkie?
I must admit, I had a little tear. I did get a little. It was really funny because you Sam messaged on a little group like, are you watching this? And you just like, no, I'm watching DS9. You're interrupting me. What's going on? And I got a little bit emotional as well.
I was watching it unfold on Twitter, and I don't like to. I'm really anxious about taking on board what I'm reading on Twitter until I hear it from an official source. And I'm a bit sceptical. And when I saw everyone tweeting that Jerry Ryan and Brent Spiner and Jonathan Del Arco had entered the stage, I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Did you guys think the same? You know, when they entered the stage, it was like, why are they there? Because William Shatner and Jerry Ryan, they kind of were there when Discovery was announced. It didn't mean they were in it. And then there's news that they're in the trailer, and I'm like, what capacity?
Is it a flashback?
Like last time on Star Trek Voyager. And then of course saw the trailer myself, and it was just like, oh my god, tears everywhere. Malcolm, said the entire group of Trekkies at work were blown away. Have you noticed you can't not let anyone not see the trailer? Like, I don't care if I just met you in the street.
The postman delivers the power. Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah. Have you heard the good word about Star Trek Picard series?
Are you going to go door to door?
Yes, door to door. Everyone should be watching this. And it was really spectacular. So tonight we want to discuss and we want to hear about all your theories, what's going on, because you know us. What do we like doing?
Speculating.
We just can't help ourselves. So yeah, we thought we'd split this up into a couple of things. First of all, there's this woman.
Who is she?
Who is she? We know her name is Daj, and she's played by Isa Briones. I'm sorry.
We'll learn how to say it, we promise.
Where's it gone? There it is. Jeez. Yeah, so we're really intrigued to learn more about her.
Mm-hmm.
Theories.
My first thought that because she seems to have a connection with Picard, I've heard lots of speculation that she's Seven's daughter, Seven Chakotay's daughter. But if that's true, why didn't she go to Seven? Why is she going to Picard? There must be a connection.
Exactly. 7 and 9's there as well.
Yeah. So I thought that it must be Picard's daughter somehow, and I was thinking Borg Queen and the cutest Borg daughter.
Oh, they did this. They did
Getting some Borg loving.
I think the Borg said.
I think more they extracted his DNA in a really romantic
She
way.
was a very sensual person.
She was a very sensual.
I reckon she would have given him one.
Yeah, she may have. But yeah, that's my theory.
Yeah, I am also a believer that she is whether she's Picard and the Queen's daughter, I suspect she's more of a queen waiting to be activated.
Okay.
So like bees, I don't know anything about bees. What I've heard, they have reserve queens. So like queens in waiting.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, an heir to the throne or something.
Something like our royal family.
Yeah.
So if one dies, they
assume the place. Because Picard said to the Borg Queen, I saw you die, and she said, you think in such 3-dimensional terms. It could be there's all sorts of ways you can become a queen. There wouldn't just be one. So yeah, I suspect maybe she could be a queen. She's obviously very dangerous.
Is she a queen that Hugh has got to and individualised?
Maybe. Yeah, she could be. She
doesn't look Borg, does she? I know you don't.
No.
7 doesn't really look Borg anymore, but they still have signs.
Yeah. But is that thing on her head? Is that
I thought that was a scar.
I think maybe it looks fresh.
Like she's had her head cut.
It looks like she's had her head cut, and
But there was a bit of a fight scene, wasn't there? There was a fight scene.
Who I think are Section 31.
Ooh.
There was a definite Federation sounding beam out there.
Oh.
It sounded Starfleetish.
Beam out.
Ooh.
I love it.
Yeah. And that was a really cool thing, wasn't it? Him being in danger and being beamed out, that was quite a cool thing. So my hunch is she's Borg. The other theories floating around is, like you said, she's Seven or Chakotay's daughter, and I'm not really feeling that one.
I'm not really feeling that one.
And the other one is that she could be Lau.
Yeah, I did read that.
Yeah, which is quite an interesting one. I mean, if you look at Lau, there is some credibility in that, I think, because Lau, she was, what happened to her? What happened to her body? We don't know. And we know, Data's mother was, for want of a better word and to borrow one from another franchise, she was a skin job. And Data sort of almost kept her secret as well. And I wondered whether he'd kept her secret to protect her as well. He said it was so she could live her own life happily, but he saw what happened to Lau. Maybe him and Data and Picard know the danger in Starfleet of having androids, and Starfleet's interest in androids, especially ones that look humanoid, especially after the Dominion War, where you've had aliens who look human.
Sorry.
We've got what's going on?
Rob, are the Romans messing around with Borg technology and trying to make their own private Borg army? Ooh.
There is something going on with the Borg and the Romulans, aren't there?
Yeah.
Because there's we do see that scene of them on a Borg cube where it says, no assimilation in 5 days, and I worked out how many years that was. Did I tweet it? I'm sure I must have tweeted it somewhere. But it was something. It might have been 14 years or something. It was quite a long time, but I can't remember how many years because I'm rubbish at maths anyway, so I can't even work it out. But it was quite a lot of years. Yeah, and the other lettering was in Romulan script. The Romulans guarding it, if they are Romulans, look like the bowl haircut Romulans, whereas other Romulans we've seen in the trailer look like the bald-headed ones. So I reckon there's definitely factions going on.
I think there is factions going on.
Yeah. And Romulus no longer exists. So
one
they're
was
all
asteroid,
homeless.
Yeah. So yeah, it's my first thought was they've taken over a Romulan ship and they've maybe turned them into centres for something. I don't know, centres for research, housing refugees. I think I'll be very careful of thinking what scenes go together. Like it looks like there's prisoners or something being kept, but you know, who knows if those scenes tie together. Yeah. Oh, Drew, you're at LFCC. Hi. Oh, we wish we could have been there today. I hope you get to all the Star Trek talks. We'll be there on Sunday. Can't wait. Yeah. So she's an interesting character, and I can't wait to hear more.
Yes.
She can't be innately bad. Otherwise, Picard wouldn't be helping her. Do you know what I mean? I think there has to be that dependent on who gets hold of her. Yeah. I feel like it's almost like she's a piece of technology. Whoever gets hold of her could use her in their own will. So that's why Picard wants to protect her. And then there's that other scene where the guy's like, she has no idea of her power or who she is, kind of thing. So I think there's definitely going to be a power play there.
I've just remembered something, so I'm just bringing it
Sam's
up
just
on the screen. I'm just googling.
I also thought there is a tragedy in Picard's past. She could be like the sole survivor, or something's happened in the past that ties him emotional connection where he has to save her because he's got this guilt over what happened.
I mean, she sought him out, so it's whether she thinks he's the only one that will believe her, or knows that because of who he is, he will help her, or there's a message that she's received a message in the past to find this man, or like destiny has, you know.
It could go back to your theory where Section 31 has infiltrated Starfleet and she's actually a Starfleet officer.
Ooh.
Connecting, going to the one officer she can believe in still.
Maybe.
Outside.
Maybe. I just thought something. I'm just bringing it up now. Here it is. Oh, bing. There it goes. Bing. Topological anomaly 4747. This was in the episode I Borg. This is what they were originally going to use to bring down the Borg. It was going to literally blow their minds. And they decided in the end not to use it.
47.
I know, right? I know. I was like, well, it's easy to remember what they called it. But they were going to use that anomaly to destroy the Borg, and they decided not to, and then they got to know HUGH. What if she, I don't know, has figured it out or something? Maybe she's meant to be, maybe she's a drone who has been sent to, like Locutus. Locutus was kind of, they wanted that one human. Maybe they're doing it in reverse. I'm just thinking I'm thinking this as I come up with it. Maybe they've sort of sent her as a spy on Earth to find out some information. She's learned about topological anomaly 4747, and she gets it. And now they have no chance against a Borg. Maybe they were still going to release this, aren't they? I don't know. That anomaly is going to come up though somehow, I reckon.
You heard it here first, guys.
Okay.
Again, I wish I'd had more time to think that out before I literally just started word salading.
Love it.
Word vomit.
Yep.
Me girls.
So Daj remains to be seen. What are your theories? Tell us your theories.
Yes.
So, yes, Tim makes a very good point that the Narada from Star Trek 09 was built using Borg technology. So we know the Romulans, they kind of get it. Why can't I open up the rest of the comments on this? Come on. Let's see if we can open that up a bit. Get those chats up. Where's the other chat box? Okay.
There was something about the Borg have gone Cylon. They need Picard to help identify the infiltrators.
They've gone Cylon. They need it.
Okay.
Oh!
I would love to see Alice Creed
again. Richard, sorry, yes, I just read that. That's kind of that's much more articulate way of looking at it.
I'd like that, but they've already done that with the Dominion and the Changelings.
Yeah. Would they do it again?
Would they do it again? It's
a
great theory.
Oh yeah. I was going to say it would be cool to see Alice Creed again, but I didn't know if she was still in it, like if the Borg Queen had been killed or something like that, so I didn't want to say it in case it was
the Borg Queen's always back. You can't.
Yes, that would be so cool to see Alice Creed again, because she just, oh my god, do you remember that time when we were, that was discovered, DST last year, and as she came on the stage, all the lights went out. It was really
and she carried on talking.
She just carried on, and she said, it was
petrifying.
It was petrifying. So what else did we have?
So the IDW's Countdown graphic novel, which fills in a lot of Picard gap from the 2009 film. It does, yes, and I'm kind of glad I haven't read all that. I mean, I've read a lot of the Countdown, but again, with the novels, and I saw a great tweet the other day from some of the novelists where lots of fans are upset because this could almost throw out a lot of things that are in novels. And the novelists wrote, don't worry, we got a plan for this. That's what's great about the novelists is they're just adaptable people. They're able to take a Star Trek storyline, and then if something alters, don't worry, we can work around that.
You can change it.
As Captain Picard says, things are only impossible until they're not.
Who's Sue?
That's Data's creator.
Ah.
What if she's Varsh's daughter?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Varsh's daughter.
Why would that make her dangerous?
I don't know. Q and Varsh's daughter.
Oh, hello, yeah. She could be a half Q, yes. Her life would be in danger then, yeah.
Then, Picard would sort of want to help her. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Just random thought.
That was good, I liked it.
Someone said, do you all play Star Trek online? Sam's not allowed.
No,
I'm not allowed to play it.
Sam's not allowed. Sam would never come back to reality if she played Star Trek.
I have a computer game addiction problem. I can't do it. I started playing Star Trek Online. Within 24 hours I was still awake. I bought a lifetime subscription, which I probably still have, obviously because I'm still alive. And it got to probably about 4 days in and I'm like...
I'm worried about bridge captains with that. One way when you put the VR on, it looks like I can't
never leave it.
No, they keep all these events have gone to. There's a trial. I'm no, just that's where I'll die.
And I'm so tempted by it online. I love Star Trek timelines. I can lose weeks, lose days in Star Trek timelines, and it's not good for me. As much as I want to play it, I have a problem, and it's just I take it one day at a time. Every day I wake up.
My name's Sam. Gaming addict.
I won't play on. I'm terrible. Man. Let's go on to she's Hugh's daughter. Ooh.
So what do you think Hugh's relevance? That of all of the characters of Star Trek, they brought back John DeLarco.
So glad you asked because I got some ideas.
I was going to say, why Hugh? I mean, if there's a Borg element, but why Hugh?
In a lot of their trailers, they've been saying that Picard has been wrestling some of his decisions in the past. Mm-hmm. And I watched I, Borg again last night, and it's an episode I've seen. Oh my god, I can't even tell you countless times. It's one of my most favourite episodes.
Did you watch it with new eyes, Sam?
I always try to watch it with new eyes. Always try to watch it with new eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it again last night. I mean, to give you an idea how much I love this episode, my son is named Hugh,
Mm-hmm.
And they always say never name your kid after celebrities or characters because you never know what's going to happen to them in the future. But I thought, Hugh's never coming back. But yeah. So with why Hugh is a really good question, and I believe that decision that Captain Picard made in that episode was really crucial. I was watching it last night, and it was a really good exercise on prejudice, and seeing Picard and Guinan, people who I think are morally and ethically right up there at the very top, hearing the way they reacted to the Borg, going, "No, we have to absolutely kill them. They're the enemy. They're going to come after us. Don't get attached. He's just a boy. He's still a Borg."
That's Picard's trauma still.
Yeah, and it's Guinan's trauma too. It's their prejudice. Yeah. But it's, tribute to their character. They overcame that. They went and spoke to him. Not many people would do that. Not many people would accept being questioned by... Geordie questioned them both and said, you've got to go talk to him. You've got to, put this behind... And they did. And I don't know many people in this day and age with what's going on in the world who actually... kind of sort of get over themselves and go and
get over their ego or whatever.
They'll pass their own, firmed up opinion and basically. So they both do that, and they both change their mind, and they both decide not to go ahead with this plan of action, and they give Hugh the choice. And then, of course, first contact happens. Something else may have happened. We don't know what else has happened in the last 20 years with the Borg. He had the chance to defeat the Borg there and then, and he didn't take it. And so that was a really crucial thing for the whole Federation. With Hugh as well, what happened to Hugh was he ended up lost and lonely. The Borg went... They basically didn't weaponise him. They sent him back after he'd become an actualised person, and he had individuality, which sent the Borg into chaos. A single collective mind went into chaos. They questioned every single decision, and then Law came along, which brings us nicely to not only why is Hugh in it, but why I think.
Why is Brent Spiner in it?
Why is Law in the drawer? This is my theory and speculation.
Yay!
Can't stop a girl speculation. One button.
I'm getting so excited.
Oh no, where's it gone? Law, there it is. Yeah, so I think, and I know before you all text and tweet a million times over, I know we tweeted it out ourselves, that Brent Spiner has confirmed he is playing B4 in the draw.
No, he's playing Data. B4 is in the draw.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, he's playing B4 in the draw, and he's playing Data.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't say Data, but he has confirmed he's B4 in the draw. I think he's telling us a fib.
Naughty Brent Spiner. Naughty.
And it wouldn't be the first time this has happened.
To be fair, yes.
Brent Spiner's lied?
Well,
or they've led us to breadcrumbs.
He said that he wasn't going to be in it. You know, he was maintaining he wasn't in it till the day before he said he was in it.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch has lied to our face about who he's playing in Star Trek. It's a thing they do. It's a pattern. They gave us away so much on Saturday.
I was going to say, yeah.
So much. It was a real treat. I'm not dissing that for a minute. It was great. However, I think there's going to be a story that
they have to keep something back.
Yeah.
They have to keep some twists and turns.
And if you look at these pictures, so look at these little pictures here. That looks like phaser burns to me on his chest. Do you think?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
He could just be a dirty android, but I reckon there's a phaser blast burns right where Law got hit. We don't know. We don't know what happened to B4. We know he had Data's memories. There could have been a reason to disassemble him. We don't know. We know certainly that Law is in a drawer somewhere. No doubt about it. We know that character in the image who appears alongside Captain Picard is a researcher. Maybe she's a researcher into artificial life. And so we know this much. And that's why I think it's Law. I think it's Law because of that connection with the Borg, how Law ended up being, how Hugh ended up being independent. They're all connected, and then that's why 7 and 9 will be involved.
And you think potentially the body, not the body, but the man on the bed is Hugh.
I don't really know. It could be. Enterprise Extra tweeted that out the other day, and I thought, yeah, that's plausible. Could be.
Hi, Jim.
So, what do you guys think of that theory? Do you think it could be Law in the drawer? Oh, beyond Trek Pod, what an analogy. Self-actualization sends the hive mind into chaos. Yeah. I think it sends people into chaos, individuals. Well, we have to embrace our chaos.
I like that Trekkie Rob pointed out also that the Starfleet transport being the guy that was fighting the girl had gone to help Picard.
So again, did you notice that the Starfleet transporters have been with?
I think, you know, where you...
Yes! That's exactly what I just said at the beginning of the episode. It definitely sounds like a Federation female.
So that's why you think it's Section 31.
Yeah. Beyond Trek Podcast. Hi guys, thanks for joining us. What if they transferred Data's mind from B4 into Law? It could happen. It could totally happen.
There's got to be a connection, isn't there, between the three things, or the two things, like the Borg, Data, and, you know...
What if we twist that? What if they put Law into B4's body? Because it's B4's body in the drawer.
Yeah.
What if they put Law's mind into that?
Who's some baddies?
Or just some people.
I mean,
maybe they need...
I was going to say they might need something from Law.
And there'd
be no other reason really to reassemble him unless he knew something that they needed to know.
There might be something they couldn't repair in Law, so they have to put him in B4.
Yeah. I wonder whether Picard does something shady to get hold of Law's body.
Ooh, black.
You know, that kind of...
It does seem like there might be some black market, like,
yeah,
off the grid
really
sort of people.
Going on.
So who do you think Picard's playing cards with?
That, I think, is Data.
And you think that's possibly like a flashback or a dream or something?
Brent Spiner hinted that he wasn't quite in it properly, like he was maybe, that Data was in it but not in it. He kind of gave some ambiguous language that suggested he's not quite there. So, I mean, Data, physically, he's got to be gone. As I mean, in Star Trek, anything's possible.
It's true.
But I like the idea of having the memory of Data, seeing Data in some sort of capacity.
So Brent Spiner is the Ken Mitchell of Star Trek Picard. He's playing them all. All of them.
More Brent Spiner, all the more Brent Spiner. And I'm just super psyched. I've worked on Voyager. 709's story is one I've been most curious about, how she adapts. And will Chakotay still be in beaming range? He said, he said at the end, he said, "Oh, I'll always be in beaming range for you." So I kind
of feel like he's in the background, like making a cup of tea or something.
Be like,
Seven sugar. Anyone
still in beaming range? Do you need me?
No, we're good.
And I tweeted that saying today as well. 20 years would have passed since Nemesis to this day and age, and Miral Paris will be 21 years old.
Ooh.
What the hell? What the hell's up with that? Ensign Kim will still be an ensign.
Aww.
How funny would that be though if he actually was? Like they actually keep an ensign from. Right, so we've got 5 minutes left. Cameos. Who, like, I know they said, like Alex Kurtzman said a couple of days ago, he said, but just before SDCC, he said, we don't want just to throw in cameos.
Yes.
It's got to be a good reason. And we actually tweeted, we said that's fine because you've got very good writers on board, so there should be lots of
There are lots of good reasons.
Yeah. Lots of good reasons. Lots of ways to make it work. So now we're going to have cameos here and cameos there. Who do you want back? Who do you want to see?
Oh. What, out of the whole of Star Trek?
Well, I mean, it's got to make sense, I think.
Michael Burnham.
Makes sense.
Bashir
would make sense.
So,
I
from the DS9.
Dr. Bashir, I presume?
Yeah, Dr. Bashir.
I
was going to say, no, I was going to go
from
the DS9 documentary. They do the season 8.
Oh, I'm with you, right.
He's leader of Section 31.
Right. Oh, right, yeah.
They could they could tie that, it'd be a nice little nod to the DS9 documentary.
Was he the leader of Section 31?
I thought he was definitely part of it. I thought he was the leader of it.
No, he wasn't. He was, he worked on he worked with, I can't remember the name of their ship, but was it the Emmett Till?
Yeah, he was also a Section 31 person.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Guys, help us out here. We've got a disagreement, a very rare one.
John says that Michael says Roe. That's a good call.
Yeah.
I like Roe.
I
was going to say Janeway as well. I was going to say Janeway, then I thought of someone else and now I forgot.
Janeway's a must. Roe is a must. Wesley Crusher, I'd love to see Wesley.
I love there was they just wanted Wesley to come on for one line.
Yeah.
Shut up, Wesley.
Just so they
not.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the EMH. I think that would really work.
Bob Cardo.
Yeah.
That's the other one I was thinking.
There's a whole chain on Twitter between exchange with him
and
and
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
To see that,
Yeah.
Cisco returning. I mean, anything's possible now, guys. We are literally back.
We haven't even talked about the short treks or anything.
No, we think we'll save that for next week.
Got lots more material.
Yeah, I mean, we can save it for next week. So,
like, how bad is it?
I'm totally good. Neil, I'm totally agree with you.
Barclay.
Yeah,
Barclay. Guinan would be cool.
Guinan would be absolutely
cool.
Perfect.
Dax,
the Crushers.
Gates. We just want them all.
Yes,
all of them.
You're right. Dr. Crusher has to be in it. There's
all
no doubt
of them.
Garak. If you're going shady.
Garrick, yes.
Garrick.
We just want them all. Like everyone. Can you imagine that Star Trek panel? Like 300 people come out. That'd be so cool.
Can you imagine if you've ever worked on Star Trek ever? Like how excited you must be right now. You'd be like,
I couldn't get the call. You're just waiting for the phone to ring. Yeah,
it's very very exciting time to be in Star Trek.
How bad is it that now that like Discovery's like pushed to the back? Like Discovery, what?
We're going to talk about Discovery.
We love Discovery still.
I did feel bad for the SDCC. I mean, they've had a good they've had front row seats at the Star Trek.
That's it now. They're the D-listers now. Aww.
We love it.
I do.
Yeah.
I love Discovery.
We do love Discovery. Picard had its moment at SDCC. That's just the way it goes sometimes. And I mean, like, can you imagine it? This is like the 90s days, you know, where you just...
How good is it to be a Trekkie right now?
It's really good to be a Star Trek fan. So, so next week we're going to be talking about the news about Discovery Season 3, including, where did it go? Who's this guy?
Who is this guy?
It's interesting.
That's really cool.
You can do that.
Go down the tequila now.
No. And also
Lower
something
Decks.
I'm very excited about.
Woo!
How good
This
is
looks good. This looks really good.
This is cosplay goals all over this.
Yeah.
This is the show that will get Vicky in
Yes.
Star Trek.
Vicky, you're watching.
Because Jeremy O'Connell was
Yeah.
voicing one of these guys.
As soon as I saw that image, I thought, all our friends who aren't Star Trek fans are about to become Star Trek fans.
Yeah.
They're all going to be like, oh, actually Star Trek is cool. Like, I know, we've only been saying it. I've been saying it for 30 years.
Yeah.
And they're going to be absolutely lapping it up. We can't wait for Lower Decks. Now, I've got a confession. We've got a Star Trek fan series that we've been creating since we started Trekkie Girls. We've never got on with it. And we're going to do it now because we're inspired by the humour that is inevitably going to be in Lower Decks. We're going to get on with it. We're going to do it.
Okay.
Watch
I thought you were
this
saying
space.
right now.
Yeah, right now. We're
I
going
know,
to
like,
skip.
what? We didn't rehearse this.
We've had a comedy sort of series, little fan sketches. We've had it for years and we've sat on it, haven't we? And
because quite often what we watch was of the moment. And like then Star Trek will move past that.
Yeah, and
we're
we
like,
went back in time, and everything we had was contemporary. But I think we got a way to make it all work now.
Yeah.
So we just got to get on and do it. I hope you all want to see it anyway. It's we think it's funny. So yeah, we'll be talking about. Oh God, Tim, I would love Q to be in it. Just quickly on the short treks, and I'm running over. On the short treks, 3 of them are on Discovery. One of them is going to be a Picard backstory.
Ooh.
And there's one called The Children of Romulus, which which is Romulus and Remus. It's got to be that one, hasn't it?
So this is going to get weird. So because Picard's on Amazon Prime, but Discovery's on Netflix.
Yeah. Where are the shorts?
Where are the shorts going to go?
Oh my God!
And will we get them? I know we did get them.
Yeah.
Like really close to the release. We didn't watch them beforehand. No.
That's a very good question.
No. So because surely the Picard one's got to go.
I reckon Picard will probably go to Amazon and the others will
they'll
go
split up.
God
Was
knows.
there talk again about the merger the other day?
I
saw something and then I never caught what
I think there's
happened.
still talk. I
For
think
goodness sake, guys, just get in bed with each other, get it sorted, get it all in one place.
Make some Star Trek babies.
Make some Star Trek babies.
And Chris, get all the Chris's back for the movies.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like it when you do that. Okie dokie.
That's what she said.
Oh, Beyond Trek Pod, you're very nice.
Thank
It is
you.
a comedy sketch. I think it's hilarious, but you know.
Sam always thinks she's hilarious. It's an ongoing joke.
No one laughs at my jokes more than me.
You'll have to put that meme up next time with Kermit the Frog.
Don't, because I will flatline over my head. Okay. Anyway, guys, we're going to
It's
go.
almost as funny as Linus sneezing.
Oh, Linus sneezing is too funny.
Anyway, on that note.
Yes.
Anyway, thanks for sharing in our excitement. Thanks everyone. So many people joined us tonight. So good to see you all. Take care, everyone.
This time next week, guys.
Bye bye.